Hey Kupos, what's up? Finally here today, Final Fantasy Talk, and today going to talk about some more Final Fantasy 7 Remake discussion today. Today, as you see for the title, I've been having this idea ever since just the multiple part announcement ever happened for the Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and you know, a lot of people are mad about it and everything. I'm not too mad about it anymore. I kind of was at first, but then I realized it makes sense. And I understand why they're doing it, and also people don't seem to realize that each part will be a full game. Like, it's going to be full on hours playthrough of a normal game should be, of a Final Fantasy game. It's going to be long, so it's not going to be like 10 hours of one part and that's it of Final Fantasy 7. No, it's going to be a full on Final Fantasy part of a game basically, but you're going to have the full on experience and time into the game. My question is, okay, how are they gonna do this? How are they gonna take the parts of the Final Fantasy 7 Remake game and put it into parts? Like, this is what I think for part 1 anyway. I think if they're gonna make this thing pretty damn huge, whatever, I say that you at the start of the game, you know, they kind of do something for Zack. You know, that's why I think at first they're gonna do something for Zack at least, and then towards open it up to Cloud. You know, they're on Midgar, you do everything in Midgar, then you come out into the open world and just do a little bit of the open world, and then just kind of leave as a cliffhanger right there, and then you go on to the next part, and the next part you go leave off to whatever part in whatever part after Midgar. You know, that doesn't have to be too far in, too far out. But maybe, let's say, kind of when you go to the dolphin area, okay? And or no, maybe towards Syndra Tower or something. Anyway, after part 1, after Midgar or whatnot, how about, you know, part 2 is all about, you know, Aerith, okay? And Aerith, you know, and it ends at Aerith's, you know, sadly, very sad scene at the end of Dix 1. If you know what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to spoil it for anybody that has not played Final Fantasy 7, but at the end of Dix 1, that's where they end part 2, and then they go on for part 3. And you know, it seems very, very, you know, small amount of the full-on game and everything, but since they're remaking it, it's going to be much bigger than we think. You know, the whole on Midgar thing is probably going to take 3 times as much time as it would in the original Final Fantasy 7 game, because the original Final Fantasy 7 game was 2D, and now this is all 3D, and they're going to be adding stuff. They're going to be adding voice acting, which also takes up a lot of time. You know, awesome cutscenes, more cutscenes, new areas, and they're also adding new stuff too, which is going to take up a lot of time of the parts as well. And what my thought process was, okay, if they're going to release this in parts, each part is going to take a bloody damn while for each part to release. So what I was thinking is, if they do release it in, you know, in 2017 for the Final Fantasy 7, you know, anniversary, 20th anniversary, whatnot, what if they just release it every 2 years? I say 2 years would be a good enough time for them to at least, you know, okay, we're done part 1, we're already, you know, in the making of part 2, we already have the system and everything all created, you know, we're ready, you know, and they're already making part 2, you know, or they could be making part 2, or they could be having a team making part 1 right now as we're speaking, and already have a team making part 2 right now. We don't know what's gonna happen, but for me anyway, I don't think they're gonna, you know, put part 1 out and then 2 months later part 2 is coming out. I don't think it's gonna be like that. That just seems very, that just seems kind of tedious a little bit. It would be awesome, don't get me wrong, it would be very, very awesome, but why do it that way? I don't know. I think it's just gonna take a little more time for each part, and I think each part is going to be, because if it's going to be a full game, then obviously it's going to take a lot of time. So that's what I thought. Every 2 years, a new part of the Final Fantasy 7 Remake would come out, and that's just that's what I think so far. You know, we don't have too much news of why they're doing this and what, you know, how this will work and everything, and they're not going to tell us at all anytime soon. But when they do, then I'll give more details and thoughts about this situation we have going on right now. But for right now, that's what I think. Release part 1, then 2 years later, give them 2 years to, complete, finish, and polish part 2, release it, and then go on with part 3, and how many parts they're gonna do. So anyway, Kupos, you let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Sorry for my voice, I still do have my sore throat, but I do want to make videos for you, Kupos, as much as I can. So anyway, Kupos, what do you think? Do you think they're gonna do some 2-year release, or month release, or whatever? Let me know in the comments below, Kupos, and I hope you're having a good New Year's. Happy New Year's. Let's make 2016 a great year for all of us. So anyway, Kupos, hope you enjoyed. I'm Final, and I'm out. Kupo, see ya.